Once the system criminalizes them, wherever you go, as an Igbo man, for example, whether you like Nnamdi Kanu or you don't like him, whether you agree with Nnamdi Kanu or you don't agree with Nnamdi Kanu, whether you support Nnamdi Kanu, whether you don't support Nnamdi Kanu, in the Nigeria system, in the Nigeria rigged, manipulated system, you are a member of IPOB, and to them, IPOB systemically have been profiled as an endangered species. So if you don't have an idea of what they call the comradeship in this regard, you probably have no idea what Nigeria have in stock for you. It is them, not me. If the system is neutral, yeah, the terrorists who are actually committing crimes, they will be behind bars. Thousands of them will be in jail. Maybe thousands of them would have been executed for their crimes. But when the system doesn't punish them, the system says Operation Safe Corridor for repentant terrorists committing these heinous crimes. But the system now decided to scapegoat people who are asking for a referendum. People who said, we want to defend ourselves against these invaders. You as a Yoruba man, you probably, even if you haven't been a victim, or even if you haven't met any victim, at least you have read a lot about those who have been victims of Fulani terrorism in Yoruba land. Now, if you then choose to say, we want to stop that, we will defend ourselves, and the system says no, and then the system then criminalize your agenda or your advocacy, and the system doesn't stop there, it decided to scapegoat you. That's exactly what they are doing to the Igbos. Now, in this case, nobody can deny the atrocities of the Fulani terrorists, which many of our people have confirmed that they don't even speak the language that many of you know from northern Nigeria. The people from northern Nigeria who have come across some of them, they've also confirmed that many of these killers, they are not even from Nigeria, nowhere from there. Because if they are from Nigeria, the question you will ask is, what is the agenda? Didn't they have their own states? Don't you have, they said out of 19 states in northern Nigeria, you have about 12 of them being controlled by the Fulanis from that part. So which means they came from somewhere. So those who are killing us or attempting to kill us or take over our land from any part of southern Nigeria, definitely they can't be from that part. And if they are, then that's a call for civil war, isn't it? Because the arrangement was that everybody will hold their own parts. You don't go encroach on mine. You don't try to kill me to take over mine. Because if you do, I have the right to defend myself. Now, if you don't give me that right and you turn your gun against me, then that means you have broken that agreement. The agreement that should have been the agreement of Nigeria as a place, Abi. So the system is programmed that way. Before that system turned on you, remember how the system quickly turned on Oloye Sunday Igboho. How the system is hunting down our brothers and sisters in Yoruba land simply because they said we will say no to the Fulani terrorist invasion of our land. That is the bone of contention. Are you with me? And that is why they have criminalized the IPOB day and night, even without any proof. That's why I've also told you, don't celebrate unknown gunmen, please. Nigeria has done so much damages. Many families have been affected with the atrocities of Nigeria government, the Nigeria military, the Eastern Nigeria governors, the Eastern Nigeria politicians, the Eastern Nigeria elite, the royal fathers and the rest of those who have kept mute, why Buhari unleashed terror on the people of Eastern Nigeria. Thank you. So, For those who have looked away all this while, yeah, when Buhari unleashed terror on the eastern Nigeria, on the people of eastern Nigeria, and they still continue to unleash that terror. Families who have been affected, majority of them, when ESN came, Eastern Security Network, they believed that that was a breath of fresh air, that at least, even if they have to be managing and coping with the brutality of the Nigerian military, Nigerian soldiers who are assaulting and killing and burning their properties, right? At least they can still go to farms and they won't have to worry that these marauding, heartless terrorist Fulani invaders, snuffing lives out of them. So they breathe a breath of fresh air when ESN came. Then the political class in Eastern Nigeria, they unleashed their political criminals, harmed them, and they started committing the crimes that you and I know. At least we've been with this IPOB for more than 7 years, before the establishment of ESN. And we know the moment they came to be, it was like putting up a defense in a new way, and none of them is in control of it. Now look at what happened. They unleashed war on the people of Eastern Nigeria. A majority of them kept quiet. But I'm saying this to you, my friends. Look at me very well. The IPOB that I know, the one that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I know leads, until he was kidnapped, until what they have done or they are doing to him right now. We've seen the IPOB undergone different provocation, attacks. We've seen them being killed, even when they attempted to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. More than 28 people, including the family dog of the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, more than 28 young men and women were slaughtered that day. For 2 years, there was never any reprisal. There was never any police station attacked. There was never any kind of violence in anywhere in retaliation to what Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian military, Nigerian police did to them, right? But the moment they decided to defend themselves, protect their women, protect their lands, protect their farms, suddenly, the repentant terrorists found their ways into Eastern Nigeria, and the Nigerian media quickly tagged them unknown gunmen. Suddenly, police stations are going up in flames. Politicians are being targeted and then are being shot. A lot of things are happening. Some of you feels like it's scammer. Some of you have no real definition of those behind it. But I continue to plead with you. Do not celebrate unknown gunmen, because they are all the handiwork of the people who felt like, despite all provocation, you never chose violence. You continue to propagate, advocate for a referendum to put to test if the Igbos want to be part of Nigeria still or not. Yeah? Don't celebrate them. They needed the violence, and they needed to blame it on some people. The easy target is the IPOB. How could they have killed you so much, and you've never found any reason to pick up the arms and start war with them? Yes, I know people who actually beat the drum of war. I know some of you who actually enjoy the fact that they needed to be burned down and the rest of that. Listen to me very well, right? The most powerful weapon in the arsenal of the IPOB that I know is actually not the guns, not the numbers of guns you can buy, not the numbers of bullets you can buy, not the numbers of armored vehicle you can manufacture, not the amount of defense you can pull. Not just that, ladies and gentlemen. The most powerful and most valuable weapons that the Biafrans I know have is the people, you yourselves, the bond that Nigeria have been founding so hard to break for decades. Some of us admire this. Genuinely, we admire it. And in all honesty, this is what Nigeria feared most. This is something that they feel like if you could have access to power, you could change the orientation of what a country should be. That bond scared them. I'm not scared of your gifts. I admired your gift. And there are many, many Yorubas who are not scared or jealous of the gift of the Igbos or the bond that you are for those who can see through them. We are not scared of them. We are not feared of them. We are not jealous of them. But we do what? We admire them. That thing is what they needed to stain with blood. And the moment you admit for blood something that they want you to admit to, innocent people getting killed, in order to get back at them, that's all they need. That's all they want to show to the world. But they have been doing it so long. Guess what? They still haven't succeeded. Because people of conscience are asking questions. If you say IPOB did this, can you give us a proof? If you arrested these people for being members of ESN and you said they committed this crime, why are you denying them court appearances? Why are you running away from your courts? Why are you not presenting your evidences against them? You have the law, you have the power. You said you've arrested them, you've killed many of them, you took their bodies away. You are not allowing any external investigator to look into all the crimes you are committing against them. You are directing the whole story. You are dictating the media narratives and the rest of that. And you are still running away from your courts. Do you understand that? It simply means they just needed this bloodbath to validate why they have committed so much crime. But they still couldn't really prove that. There was a time they said IPOB was coming to Lagos. And the first question people asked, to come and do what? Is Lagos going to be part of the Biafra Republic? How does that sound to you? We said, don't believe them. They've made up so many stories. But yet, every single time, listen to this, every single time that the victims of their illegality and crime should have their day in real court, they always get exonerated and let go. Yes, it is all scheme that has exposed that Nigeria is targeting them, but Nigeria have nothing on them, nothing really concrete to back up the reasons why they are killing the Biafrans. They are dictating or trying to direct how you are going to react to this. I am telling you this. They have done and done and done that, but they failed. For 2 years, they held Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When it got to a point, they had to let him go and use another plan. Let us kill him, which was the second plan that also failed until the current one to kidnap him. So they went to Obigbo, Holu, Osu, and all these places. They kidnapped innocent people. They accused them of being members of Eastern Security Network or informant of IPOB or member of IPOB. They arrested them because they said they are members of proscribed IPOB. There is no legal backing for the proscription of IPOB. But in their book, IPOB is a terrorist organization. And there is no terrorist organization that has their membership, their members in in more than 150 countries all over the world, that hold their meetings every now and then, that stage their public rally protest every now and then, that goes into parliament all over the world to present their petition against Nigeria and the persecution of Igbos in Nigeria. No terror organization will do that. So those who they took all over Nigeria, they put them up on trumped-up charges. They are members of IPOB. They locked them up in different prisons. They denied them legal representation. And then Guess what? Whenever this IPOB legal team, whenever they found that some members or people have been arrested as IPOB members here, accused of this crime or or that crime there, no evidence, no nothing against them, but because they are being profiled, they are being killed systemically, they are being made to disappear. But whenever the legal team found them, trust me, these people always found freedom. We have many. Do you remember Gloria Okolie? Gloria Okolie is this young 21-year-old woman, a young girl, right? Who was sent on an errand by her parents. And then on her way, she was grabbed, kidnapped by the Daura Secret Service, DSS. And, in fact, it wasn't even the DSS that grabbed her. This is the story. She was sent on an errand, and it was the moment they said Haba Oshtelo Kiyari and his gang, they were going to the eastern Nigeria to hunt down for the ESN, members of ESN, IPOB, anybody they can find, because they want to end unknown gunmen. So when they got to eastern Nigeria, Gloria Okolie was sent on an errand by her parents. She never returned home. Haba Kiyari and gang, they grabbed her. When they grabbed her in Imo State, then when they grabbed her, they took her straight to Owerri. There is a place where Abba Kyari had his own prison or cell where he keep the people he arrests or anyone he is arrested. Gloria Okolie became the servant for the inmates where Abba Oshtelo Kyari was keeping Nigerians, was keeping Biafrans precisely, was keeping Biafrans, Igbo people, Igbo young men and women that they picked up on the street, accused of being members of ESN, where Abba Kyari locked them up, including those of you they arrested for probably, SARS and the rest. Where they were locked up, where they are, Gloria Okolie became their maid from 2021. Her parents had no clue where she was, whether alive or dead. Just like the people that they made her to care for almost a year. Do you know what they are? After about 4 months, serving as maid to the illegally detained Biafrans in that part of eastern Nigeria. Those who survived, they said every day people get killed there. What Gloria was doing was to cook food. You know what I mean? Provide a meal for the inmates. Wash their clothes, wash the clothes of the SAS officials, Abba Kyari's lieutenants. And she was serving there. They didn't tell her why they were holding her. Her parents didn't know where she was, alive or dead. Nobody knew. Until one of those inmates regained his freedom. And then he came out and he saw it on Twitter that this girl is missing, Gloria Okolie. This girl is not missing, oh. She is the girl serving us food. She is the maid in this barrack they were holding us, where Abba Kyari and gang took us. She's not dead, though. She's not missing, oh. That was how our parents got to know where she was. That was when the journey started. Do you know when they want to finally agree that they took her? It was Malamu, the Attorney General of Nigeria. Malamu released a statement, and in that statement, Gloria Okolie was presented as a IPOB informant. How did she become an informant? Because Gloria Okolie is a girlfriend to an IPOB member. So when they saw her on the road, they grabbed her, and her parents had no clue. That was when the journey of how do you get Gloria Okolie out. She's been set up on trumped up charges. She was accused to be collecting guns for IPOB. She was the one moving guns. She's the one who is getting information. She's the one giving information about where policemen are, where DSS are, this and that. Malamu released a statement against a 21-year-old Biafran because she's an Igbo. But I bet many of you don't even remember this story. There are too many horrible stories to tell you. Yeah, that happened to that young girl. God knows what trauma she went through. Now that started like, okay, was she a member of IPOB? No, she's not, but she's a girlfriend to a member. Who is that boyfriend? They didn't name the boyfriend. Gloria got released just about, I think it was this month. And I want to show Gloria to you because I saw that and I thought I should share that with you, okay? So Gloria with her family back home now. She's no longer IPOB informant because there's no evidence against her. And then, like I said, those who came under their persecution, apart from the fact that the same rogue government that is criminalizing them, setting them up on different trumped up charges, killing majority of them, making them disappear. Horrible crimes are being committed. They set up a 21-year-old girl, Gloria.
Even my name, Ebe Graham, it's the XXX. It wasn't easy at all. It was not easy. Yes. I really appreciate God for using all of you to save me from dying. June last year, on the 17th, international market I'm from machine to go in a motor. From there, I Brian go away. And I ban a port, Tiger Base, no way. Anti-kidnapping squad. So from there, I'm not even the first day. When the motor had there, I was right in front of them.
Sorry, I'm having an issue with that video somehow, and I think let me see this second one. Maybe that one will play better. Let's listen to this.
Even my name, Ebe Graham, it's the XXX, meaning that no visit. And the person, they are going to kill the person. So, from there, how many times, they don't have but so after then, that was August 2nd. Transformed to state CID. From state CID on the 4th of that same August, I transformed to Abuja. On our way going to Abuja, Hannah see the reason why. The reason why Abuja is so that Hannah Abuja court. From court, then I can.
I'm sorry. I wish I could bring you the, the lengthy clip. I'm having issue with the, that's, she was telling a story, how they got her. She was meant to be writing a jam, I bet. I think she was meant to be writing jam last year. And then she never had that chance. There's no evidence or anything against her, but they subjected her to that. Now, you see, that's one person. That's one person. In one fell swoop, the IPOB legal team, they got they got 107 Biafrans who were abducted from their different homes in Obigbo, in River State, in Olu, Osu, and they took them to Suleja in Niger State. Far away. Their family members, nobody knew where they were. 107. And there are many others currently that they've discovered elsewhere, and they are currently in court. Like I said, there's no terrorist organization that will have a legal team that will come public, and then they will have members that come public and all of that. But in the book of Nigeria, IPOB is more dangerous. And that's what they do. They put it out in the media. They put those things there. They don't want you to believe them. They just want you to think them. They want to plant them there. They are called doubts. So that when they commit a crime, they can say, well, maybe it's because of that. Even if you have no evidence. Now, one person, that's one person. Imagine if all the thousands of people, you see, in this last 7 years alone, Nigerian government under Buhari and Nigeria military and the Nigeria police, they have killed more than 5,000 Biafrans. They've made majority of them disappear in different operations. Operation Python Dance 1, Python Dance 2, Python Dance 3. And they continue to, they are doing Operation Golden Dawn, hunting down human beings. And example of what it feels like, the whole thing is Gloria Okolie. I just told you a story and you just saw her face there. Just imagine thousands of other people who are currently going through the same thing as we speak. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB himself. So if you don't understand why, you should realize that this whole thing is schemed against you as an Igbo man, I bet you should start paying attention, because you see, in the context of Nigeria, you are an IPOB member, even if you don't like Nnamdi Kanu. Even if you don't agree with him, even if you're one Nigerian, you are an IPOB member, and in their book, you are not a Nigerian. No, you are not. The terrorists who bombed Abuja, see, this guy said they knew them. Watch this, they know them, they have their contact, they know when they talk, and the rest of that, but the non-existing threats of a bomb with IPOB name is what DSS is working on. Listen to this.
If we have the Air Force bombing the camps, we know where the camps are. We have the maps. We know everything. We have their phone numbers. We listen to their conversations sometimes. So, but it has to be done across the 5 states and Niger State at the same time, and just wipe them out once and for all. Of course, that has risks, because some of the camps may also contain innocent people that have been kidnapped. But this is war. But I'm happy that, by the ruling of the Federal High Court, they have now been declared terrorists, so they are fair game. Because the military were afraid of bombing them and then facing ICC.
You see? That's what I wanted you to hear. Help me beg Channels Television, say we just borrowed that clip. Okay, we mean no insult or no disrespect. They know them. They listen to their phone calls. They know where they are. They know those camps. But they can't bomb them, because there could be women, children, and people, innocent people they kidnapped. But that is not the story in Olu and also in Imo State. Nigeria Air Force, they were bombing people in their homes. You have seen some of the video, haven't you? Some of them are so horrible, you can't share them. These are not camps, so they are not forests. So we are talking about villages where they have innocent Igbo men and women, old men and women. Villages in Imo State. Nigeria military or Nigeria Air Force bombing people, firing bomb. They are not scared of ICC because what? They are looking for ESN inside people's homes. But when it comes to the terrorists who have the capacity to derail a train, kidnap passengers inside train, who have the capacity to take over airports, who have the capacity to shoot down the fighter jets. No, we are scared of ICC. We need to be very careful because we cannot just go and bomb, the terrorists. But they know them. They listen to them. They fund them. They protect them. And they also advocate for them. They need schools. They need houses. They need all of everything. They need lands. If you want them to stop killing you, give them lands. Do you get the scope? You saw the video where soldiers, like say they were at war zone, they are shooting, they are firing into homes in Imo State, in Enugu. They were firing into homes, soldiers. They are looking for ESN. Kill them, kill all of them, kill them, kill them. They are looking for ESN. That's not a campo. Because they are not going after ESN. They just need to spread the fear. And they need to make you be so scared of the idea of Biafra, IPOB, Eastern Security Network, all these names. They need to soil them. They need to. You need to be afraid of them instead of embracing them. That's why I said, please, please. I know some of you may like it. If you see anybody that is publicly claiming responsibility or supporting any of this violence, you need to question them. Because majority of them is either they are those behind it in the name of IPOB, like doing it, you know what I mean? Or they are just plain stupid, who just love the attention, just to say, yeah, unknown gunmen. I have this, my brother, that is always sharing, I'll just keep his name, but he's probably watching me right now. I have this, my brother, that is always using his page to share an update from this faceless page on Facebook. And this faceless page on Facebook posts nothing other than, this morning, unknown gunmen, they did their crusade, their evangelism, and they sent three policemen to God, or they send this to heaven. They send this and that. And this, my brother, is sharing it. And I'm like, I don't know the message you are giving to those who are actually seeing you as a Yoruba man. Are you an anarchist, a sociopath, or who are you? A psychopath? Violence that you are not initiating, do not support it publicly. If not, you are only helping to validate what these guys are working on, implicating you, because it's so easy for them to say it and do. They know them. They could shoot down and then bomb the villages in eastern Nigeria. And if they get away with it as they believe they will get away with it, they will try it in western Nigeria, the Yoruba land. They have already been using their soldiers to beat our people up. They said, why do you resist? And I love the way the people are doing that. They just feel like, you know what? This Yoruba nation and all of that. We don't even want to give names to all these guys. We're just going to improvise. And I love that. You know, when they say they improvise, they don't have name now. But Yoruba land is getting the protection that our little collective agreement could provide for now. And it's going to probably get better. But when they don't have name, And they are not also going about with cameras anymore. Okay, nobody's going with cameras anymore when they chase the Fulani terrorists. People are now being discreet about it. And you know, one thing is that, yes, that is also effective on the side. And we invest money into that, trust me. Don't validate anything that this guy does, because it is purely act of coward to say, oh yeah, we need to show them. We need to fight them. You can't fight them. I don't know if you have told yourselves this truth. The most you can do is this. It's called guerrilla warfare. And you know what guerrilla warfare is, right? It's going to be happening right there in your domain. Any smart Biafran will never, ever, right? Not publicly, by the way. You will never publicly promote violence against any of these rogue governments in Nigeria. You won't, if you are smart enough. The reason is because you don't have the capacity to fight them. Of course, you burn police stations. You will see, you probably attack, what do you call it, police roadblocks. You can, you can bomb buildings. You can do all of that. You can target politicians and the rest of that, right? But at the same time, it is not going to make you walk freely on the street of the same Biafra land. You will be a fugitive, a rebel, on the run, and probably for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So eventually you don't want that. So until you are ready, okay? Don't call for war when you are not ready. Not when we can only just have, when you are facing two wars. Let's put it this way. If you're smart, yeah, for smart people, you will know that, you are fighting Nigeria and you are fighting Fulani terrorists in this regard, yeah? You should never play into their hands in a way that they will still blame you for anarchy, for arsonist and the rest of that. When you agree with them, you validate it. I don't know how you would take that. But I bet, you don't want to play into their hands. But like they said, they know them, right? And I love the fact that those who are keeping the record are keeping that so well. I'm one of them. And we know those behind those who said they are afraid of ICC because they don't want to bomb terrorists, but they are not afraid of ICC committing genocide and then ethnic cleansing in eastern Nigeria as we speak. You get what I mean now? Well, it's going to get to the table, it's going to turn at some point. So that's why I said that the resources that all of us have, the Biafrans, the Yorubas, our most viable, valuable resource is us, the people. And then it's actually brewing, it's getting there. When the enough is enough, will indeed there be enough. You get what I mean now? Yeah, it's getting there. So if you begin to pay attention to us, the people, if you begin to pay attention to the value that we hold, especially when we are together in unison, identifying the target, which is the enemy, the system, right? Then every other thing is going to be added. Trust me. So we need ourselves, and we need to keep it that way. When they put the name of IPOB in your mouth as those associated with any violence, just spit it out and tell them to go to hell. They can't plant that in your head anymore, because that's how it works. They put them in there. They don't want you to believe. They don't care if you believe it or not. Like I told you, they just want to plant it there. It's just going to be there. And the way Nigeria has been messed up right now, these things, they grow, they germinate. And everywhere you turn to right now is all bad news. And what you are not paying attention to is that in this flood of bad news, terrible news from Nigeria, there are those who are working day and night to blame everything on Igbo. Even you as an Igbo man, as an Igbo woman, you may be agreeing with them without knowing, subconsciously. And that's why I'm saying it to you right now. Don't let them plant it in your head. This is how they do it. They decided to change terrorist name description to bandits. And today, if I use terrorists in any of my headlines, YouTube is going to tell me to edit it or take it down. Do you understand that now? Because they've decided to use their, to water it down. When they say bandits. So you will never think, oh, we're bandits. Well, they are bandits. They are not bandits. They are terrorists. And it is deliberate. Do you get that? So it's the same system that planted bandit in your head. It's the same system, because it's the system that wanted to play down so that you don't see the danger of this terror. It's the same system that is systematically planting IPOB here, IPOB there, even when they don't make any sense. Even in this moment of tragedy, they are still trying to create a distraction using IPOB. So that's the point. Do not ever entertain it. We need ourselves, we need one another. And when I say we need one another, we cannot give room for things like this because they are all well crafted. It is a witchcraft arrangement that is not serving any other purpose other than a further division of that same Nigeria. And at the same time, to ensure that the breakup of Nigeria becomes more difficult. Because if you can't trust the Igbos, if the Igbos can't trust their own brothers and sisters from the Middle Belt, if the people from the Middle Belt who are suffering from this calamity, if they can't trust the people from any other region that they will need to team up with to agree that enough, let's break it up. If you can't trust yourselves, yeah, how do you want to pull it off? You can't pull it off. You can't break away from this contraption alone. No region can break away from Nigeria alone. Trust me. And that is why the only way to keep Nigeria together is to continue to plant this division there. Now, they've broken Nigeria already, Abi. Don't let them break you. Because the reason why they've broken Nigeria up to this point is because of the natural resources, money, and the rest of that. What they shouldn't succeed is for you to let them break us, the people, the most valuable resources that we have. If an Igbo man can listen to a Yoruba man attentively, and if a Yoruba man can listen to an Igbo woman religiously, and we cannot listen to ourselves faithfully, sincerely, attentively, there is 100% possibility that you can shift the paradigm. And that is not something the guns and the bullets can do for you. No. That's why we need ourselves. And I mean it. Keep ourselves together. We can disagree and continue to disagree because we are humans. We are not stupid people. Ideas can be, can be agreed upon or disagreed upon as human beings. You will always agree, or let me say you disagree sometimes to agree later, or you agree to disagree. And what really matters is that the mutual goal, the mutual respect, the mutuality of our common goal, freedom. We can't let them break that. No matter how much they've done over them for decades, you all need to begin to understand how they did that. How it's become so tensed, uneasy for a Yoruba man to trust an Igbo man or the vice versa. And so many other things that they've managed to plant, and they're planting to our brains and our heads over the, for decades. If we don't begin to unlearn what we have learned, then we are bound to repeat the same mistakes of those before us. If we indeed want to claim to be learned, educated, our life experiences are enough to teach us and keep us in check. He who fail to learn from history is bound to repeat the same mistakes again. I appeal to you, my brethren. I appeal to your subconscious mind. Pay attention to how this system always plans the manipulation, the hatred, the open disagreement and all that. Vicious one that is becoming unhealthy. They didn't start today. As you remember your history so vividly, don't remember the parts that will block your reasoning. Learn from the parts. There could have been a change in history, and then you be that change. Of course, just like they say that those who guard Israel, the God of Israel never sleep nor slumber. For those who believe in freedom, liberty, you shall sleep, you shall not sleep. You shall not sleep nor slumber. You shall neither sleep nor slumber. So that Nigeria, that always comes in the middle of the night like a thief, won't steal this freedom from you. If you can dream it, if you can think it, you can make it happen. That is my own motto for so long. And I'm saying it to you right now, brethren. Pour yourself the anointing of love. I am asking you to hold that part of your heart where you always keep what is valuable, things that mean so much to you. You see this idea that people can live free and have choice, even when they have been told to have been perpetually condemned into a contraption that they've been told they have no choice. But when you touch that lovely part and that safest and the sacred part of that your heart, where you know the power in number, the people of like minds, if they can hope for freedom, the liberty to live in a space where their own story is changed forever, not by some kind of unseen miracle anywhere, but by the collective determination, resolution, courage, and then the fearlessness of theirs, of yours, of mine, living in a space where you can hold your head high and live free. You need your brothers. You need your sisters who share the same stories like you. They were forced into this contraption. They are progenitors, my progenitors. They are forebearers, your forebearers, my forebearers. Those you can easily call our own ancestors who were living peacefully on their land, free, only for them to be forced into this arrangement without their own consent. They used to live free. So we can live free. If you can think it, you can do it. Hope is a very, very powerful word. Liberty, freedom. They are not just something of wish. You have to act it. And let me tell you something. Freedom earned, for whatever it takes, I've been told, is sweeter than the freedom granted out of mercy. They forced us to be part of Nigeria. They gave us no choice because they think they were giving us mercy. To break out, you need everyone who share your story. And when you look around, you are going to see an Igbo man, an Igbo woman, Ijaw man, Hausa man, Yoruba woman, Igala, Ishekiri, from all over the place. We were all conscripted into this contraption. Remember that. To break out of it, we are going to need ourselves. I don't know how you're going to see it. If you have that relationship already built, news like this, propaganda like this, baseless accusations like this, publications to distract you and the rest. Like I told you, they are not meant to make you believe. They are only there to be planted in your subconscious mind. You mustn't trust that Igbo man. You must never trust that Yoruba man. No, you can't do anything with that Ijo man. Remember those Hausa and the Fulani man and all of them. You must run onto the hills when you see an Hausa man, when you see Ishekiri, you know what, like all of that. No. You are going to say no from now on. When they plant their stories, when they begin to play their tribal ethnic card, you are going to say no in your own subconscious mind. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. You're going to smell it. You are never going to feed on it. And when they try to tell you why, tell them, it took us 60 years to see that. It's not going to take us another 60 years to unlearn this. We will start unlearning it now. Because I need my brother. You need your brother. We all need ourselves. If we realize the damages that this system has done or is doing, and the only way it's going to last long is because we are divided, I'm going to open my line. But let me make more tea.
Oh, you do IPOB. Oh, Mary, Abakare, Mama Baora, Ulabori, Mary, Nandi, win the war. Python, that's one, Python, that's two. Now Python, that's a three. Ulabori, Mary, Nandi, win the war. Python, that's one, Python, that's two. Now Python, that's a three. Ulabori, Mary, Nandi, go, you do IPOB. O Mary, Abakare, Mamanda Mora, Unaburi Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unaburi Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unaburi Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unaburi Mary Nandi.